Hi, my name is Joy, and in this video I'm going to show you how I made this Victorian inspired silk velvet choker. First of all, I designed many versions of it. Once I was set on a design, I decided the different alloys I was going to use for this project. And in this case, I used a traditional 18 karat Fairmined yellow gold alloy. I poured it into an ingot and started to roll it out. Once I rolled it out with my drawers, I started pulling it and creating a round wire. Once I achieved the thickness I wanted, I started bending it. And throughout this process, I annealed it many times because gold does become hard and brittle when you work it a lot. Then I rolled out a sheet of lighter gold and started designing the leaves and cutting them out. I nailed them as well because I need them to be malleable. And then with my punch and hammer, I started shaping them. I wanted them to be domed, so to give more movement to the branch. Otherwise they would have laid flat on the velvet. Then I took each leaf and started filing it, so to give it a rounder shape, to get rid of all the raw edges and give it a more organic shape. And here I'm soldering the branch. I'm using a hard solder and then I'm filing it to give it more movement. Once all my leaves are ready, I soldered them in place using soft solder, because these are the last bits that are gonna be soldered on the branch. Then I popped it into the pickle, which was a bit dirty, so it came out reddish. I filed it and I put it inside my tumbler. And then it was time to set my teeny tiny colored mark diamonds. I used Thermalock to block them. These diamonds are going to be between 1.5 and 2 millimeters, and this is why I accurately measured all my drills to open a hole that's just slightly smaller than the diamond. Once the hole was perfect for the size of the diamond, I started flush setting it, and this will make the diamond look bigger because of all the reflection of the flush setting. And then I polished the bezel. Even if this is a Victorian inspired choker, I didn't want it to look too classic, so I decided to drill some holes and file some bits of the leaves away so that it would look like some insect had bitten bits of it and it would be a bit more decadent. Then I secured it with Thermalock and started engraving all the details. And this isn't a major engraving, it's just some veins. I used my Gravesmith from GRS to do this. Then I lifted it from the Thermalock and polished it. Then it was time to sew everything on velvet. And this is something that used to be done, but it isn't anymore. Royals and like all the court used to have jewels sewn into their dresses, their corsages, their hats. They would use brooches and belt buckles as necklaces. That was totally normal. We're not used to sew any kind of jewel, so I had to find my own way to do it. I slowly and gently opened a hole in this lovely silk velvet. I secured my branch onto a tape because the silk velvet was just too soft and I needed something to make it a bit more rigid. Then I folded the velvet in half and I stitched it very lightly with an invisible stitch. And here's what it looks like. I hope you enjoyed the process, and if you have any kind of questions, please let me know. I'm more than happy to answer them. Bye bye.